In today's video, I'm going to walk you step by step through this epic beginner-ish, slightly above, it's not that hard. I'm going to walk you through this bass riff that I wrote myself. All right, we're going to do counting, we're going to do timing, we're going to do intricacies of technique. If you feel like it's too hard, go watch my slap bass toolkit video, which you should watch anyway because it goes really well with this. Slap! Okay, we start with slap, open E string. Quick review, don't forget to rotate. If you don't know what that means, go watch some of my other videos, but basically, you want to do this action, not this. Yeah. No. You will inevitably end up doing a little bit of this, but it's mostly in the rotate. Hammer on. F sharp. So hammer-ons are actually a little bit tricky for beginners. It takes a little bit of practice to get that enough force to really get the hammer-on to ring out. Hammer on. Slap hammer on. We're hammering on to the 2nd fret, by the way, of the E string. Next we have a pop. Think about rotate. We have to hook our finger under the D string to get a pop. So rotate. Row, hammer on, tape. We're popping that 4th fret. You also want to make sure you're stopping the strings. We're making these notes nice and staccato short. To do that, you simply pressure off the string, but you don't completely let go because everything's still ringing. The next, we have another slap, slap, hammer on, slap, pop, slap, hammer on, slap, pop. If you don't quite have this mechanic down of the slap, hammer on, slap, pop, go ahead and pause the video. Come back when you're ready, because next we're going to try to do it in time. 1 E and da. 1 E and 2. Make sure you feel that beat 2 in there. That really helps you lock in those 1 E, 2, 3, 4 E, and 1 E, 2 E, and feel all those beats. Subdivide. If you don't know what subdivide means, we're taking try to keep that pulse going in your head even when you're not playing those notes. 1 E and 2 E. Helps keep you locked in. Precise. Next, we'll add that 2nd pop on the 1st fret of the D. 1 E and E. So we want to have that 2nd pop come right after beat 2 on the E. Exactly a 16th note after beat 2. 1 E and 2 E. 1 E and 2 E. I need to check for my sanity to make sure the audio is recording. It is. 1 E and E. 3 E and a 4 E and a slap, hammer on, slap, pop, pop. 1 E and E. 3 and 4 and There's one note, or there's 2 notes left in this first measure. We're going to practice them together because we have a muted slap on the low E. We're going to use these 3 fingers, 2, 3, and 4, on the low E string. Spread them out a little bit. Get a nice dead string. Anyway, so then we're going to do a muted slap to a pop on the 2nd fret of the D string. Muted slap, pop, muted slap, pop. And the counts, 1 E and E, a 3. 1 E and E, 3. 1 E and E, 3 and a 4 E and a. One thing you might have to work on, popping the 1st fret with that 1st finger, muted hammer on, sliding up to pop the 2nd fret, and also playing it with your 1st finger. Yeah. If you're really struggling with this, go watch my slap bass toolkit because I have some exercises in there to help get you started with this rotation and the slapping motion. There's the last thing. We have a slap slap on the A string from our 2nd fret to our open A. 1 E and E, a 3 and 4. So we got this 2-measure pattern, and our goal here is to stay locked in. 1 E and E, a 3 and a 4 and a 1 E and E, a 3 and 4. 1 E and E, a 3 and a 4 and a 1 E and E. Be patient with yourself. If you're pretty new, if you're slightly new, slapping the A string is going to be a little harder than slapping the E string. If you've been playing for a little bit, you're probably like, that's no problem. There's a little bit more intentionality involved. Intentionality? Is that a word? There's a little bit more intentionality involved. That you just got to be more intentional about slapping the other strings other than the E string. There's less wiggle room. At the end of the day, though, if you really have a proper technique and you're following through and you're getting a consistent tone, same sound every time, it doesn't matter what string you're slapping. You can do it on any of them. Bonus round, surprise A string exercise. We're going to do slap on the B, 2nd fret of the A string, slap the open A string, muted slap the A string, slap the A string, open again, 2nd fret. 2nd fret slap, open A slap, muted A slap, open A slap, 2nd fret slap. 1 and 3. 1 and 3. Back to our regularly scheduled programming. 1 and E, 3, 4 and 1 and E, 3 and 4. So we got 2 measures. 1 and E, 3. First measure. Ba 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 ba. That was the second. One of the reasons that this is so groovy is the note length. So we want to be really careful. We have those first 3 notes, 1 E and, those are all nice and legato, 1 E and, smooth and connected, if you will. And then we have that staccato, 1 E and 1 E and 1 E and. Next we have another staccato pop, 1 E and making them nice and short. Another staccato pop with the dead notes. Basically, it starts with 3 smooth notes, and then you have 2 staccato pops. Obviously, your slapped muted E string is going to be short, and then a short pop on the 2nd fret of the D. Bop, 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 bop. 1 and 2. Long, short, short, short. And then long, long. If you want to mix it up a little bit, you can, instead of a muted E string, you can do a really short open E sound. But the reason I made it muted is because it can be hard for beginners to control that low E. 50% of playing the bass is hitting the notes. The other 50% is stopping the notes from ringing that you don't want to play, especially on slap bass. If I hold this G here and I wailing away on this 3rd fret E string and I stop the E string, my G string was going wild. If you don't have good string control, you're going to get muddy and have notes ringing into each other. And it takes a lot of practice to be aware of muting strings. Let's do a couple runs at a little bit faster pace of this whole riff, both measures back to back. 1, 2, ready, and rest. 1 and E, 3. Your turn. 2, ready, and 1 E and E, 3. 1 E and E, 3 and 4 together. Let's try it with the drums. This is 90 beats per minute. Here we go. And 1, 2, ready, on. Try it by yourself a little bit now. 1, 2, ready, and 1 E and a E a 3. 1 E and a E a 3 and 4. 1 E and a E a 3. 1 E and a E a 3 and 4. If you're really struggling with the timing, it can be super helpful to count along just like I did. If your counting can be super precise and you can match your hands up with your counting, it will be perfect. Let's do it again, just counting. 1, 2, just counting, here we go. 1 E and a E a 3. 1 E and a E a 3 and 4. 1 E and a E a 3. 1 E and a E a 3 and 4. Let's try bumping that tempo up. I accidentally typed in 1,000 instead of 100. Much better. 1, 2, ready, and... It may take you a few days, weeks, months, I don't know. It may take you a while of practicing and working on this to get it at that full tempo. If you're struggling, I dare you to save this video, practice it every day, see how long it takes you to be able to play it at that full speed. We'll do it again with the drum beat. And 1, 2, ready, on. Wrong string, that was my bad. That's right. I'll let this drum beat play a little bit if you want to do it by yourself. And 1, 2, by yourself, and go. 1 E and a E a 3. 1 E and a E a 3 and 4. If you found anything in this video helpful, please like, subscribe, comment, so that other people can find this video and get just as much help from it as you did. Thank you for watching. See you later.